Hi, I'm Dr. Raman Kohli. I was a dentist for quite some time, having graduated from University of Toronto back in 1990. More recently, about 10 years ago, I returned to school and entered the periodontology residence program at the university in Boston, Boston University. My interest in suturing, of course, began in school, but the kind of emphasis I've placed on it at this point, this started after a conversation I had with a plastic surgeon. And during our conversation, at some point he says to me, somewhat disparagingly, "Well, you guys use 4-0 gut, don't you?" Well, it got me thinking. I do use 4-0 gut, or did, and I thought, well, what else is out there? So initially, when I would have issues with, say, blood clotting on sutures, tissue drag such that when I would pull the thread through, my soft tissue graft would be displaced. All of these things initially I thought were simply part and parcel of the procedures I was performing. But as it turns out, they were not, because as soon as I switched to a much better quality needle, monofilaments, all of these issues that I'd noticed eventually just disappeared. So the first step being me choosing better materials. Then I really started to spend a lot of time going through wound closure manuals, papers written on different sutures, different needles. And when you look at a premium needle under 4.5 loops, which is what I use during surgery, you see incredible engineering. And that engineering plays off in the ease of penetration of these needles. You can't even go back to using some sort of discount needles. It's not going to happen. Once you've used a Mercedes, you're not going back from there, okay? Then when it comes to threads, I was limited to Vicryl, which is a fine material, and I use gut, as I mentioned in the beginning. But the biggest switch for me was monocryl. Now this is a thread that is not unlike Prolene or polypropylene and nylon in that it's a monofilament, but it's got far better handling characteristics, so much better so that I was inclined to use monocryl for many of my surgeries, many where I didn't normally use it because I found polypropylene and nylon so much more difficult to work with. Because I was seeing such favorable results in my own practice, I didn't see how my efforts couldn't be codified, maybe put in a PowerPoint in such a way that others could benefit from all the work that I had done. And in the end, I ended up with a self-instruction manual. I've spoken with other surgeons, and in speaking with them, it seemed obvious that I was just simply taking suturing to a better level. So now we've made the transition to making suture selections, not by looking at the scheduler and seeing what procedure is being performed, but rather by having the surgeon look at the wound and making clinical decisions, then selecting the appropriate suture package. After all, the ultimate goal of this course is to enable clinicians to suture efficiently, atraumatically, and securely. And isn't that the ultimate goal of wound closure? For more information, you can contact me at my office, 905-681-3240. And while you're here, why not check out the resources on this website?